Oh man, we're left on a cliffhanger.
Well, yeah, it's sort of a cliffhanger. I thought it was going to be like a true cliffhanger, but they actually wrapped it up in like the last minute really quickly. That was kind of funny.
So lame.
Lame. Uh-oh. So I am torn on this episode. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to our review of The Mean Six.
The meme.
Mean six.
I still have a bit of a cold, so yeah, maybe I'm not pronouncing things correctly. But yeah, this is a Mike Vogel episode, and as usual, I'm torn on his episodes. What do you guys think?
It was good. I thought it was really good. I liked, the opposite of the main six. I think we had that before with
Yeah, well, that's the argument here. Would be
Yeah.
on the
Okay,
one
so I
side,
just missed the ending.
on one side, it is kind of a funny, entertaining concept. But on the other side, we already got this like years ago. But maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm conflicted.
Well, I mean, we've had this since like Return of Harmony back
Yeah.
in too, but
Yeah.
I felt like it's a bit of a throwback.
Kind of.
Okay,
And
I
they-
missed the ending. I missed the very ending. My computer decided to shut off randomly. What happened?
I feel like
Wait.
they did a lot of new things with the anti-main six concept. Maybe Return of Harmony didn't really push it as far as this episode did. I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch that one.
Well, I did like
Yeah.
Chrysalis in this episode. She was really good.
Yep. Yeah. So really quick, the
Really?
premise of this episode is Chrysalis comes back, makes duplicates of the main six, and they basically have a TV tropes case of mistaken identity in the woods.
I saw that. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I
That's-
did not expect for you to say what was the TV trope?
It's
wanna
mistaken
die.
identity.
Mistaken identity.
I want to
That's
die
the
right now.
trope.
Wait, why do you want to die?
because right when the commercial came back to the show, my family's like, "Oh, come here, I need your help," and then I missed the entire last part.
Yeah, I missed as soon as like
guys, we're doing a review.
Yeah, no. As
I
soon
told
as
my
Rainbow
parents
Dash
that. There's a
became
reason why I
apathetic,
watched the
my
leaks, in
computer
case
shut
this
off. I
happens.
couldn't see it anymore.
Oh,
This
so
is
you
so
bet you
dumb.
do watch the leaks.
I missed
I
the
couldn't
entire
see it.
episode.
Anyway, let's talk
I
about.
missed the ending. What
let's talk about-
happened?
No,
No one
we're
will
doing
tell
a
me.
review. Let's talk about Chrysalis's
Yeah,
spell
talk about
she
the
has.
pony episode.
Wait, but what happened?
No, we're talking about her spell. She only needs a picture of them, an
And a
icon
picture
of their
of
cutie mark, and their.
Yeah.
Well, she actually said a part of them. That was a little creepy. Like I don't need their hair. I just need their limbs. Like anything will do.
I need their.
You know what I don't agree with? Beginning with that, I thought they should like build it up for like when Chrysalis comes back in the first half, but I didn't really
Well,
like
that's-
I
Kind
wasn't
of
crazy
what they
about
did.
this episode.
The
What I
episode
did.
kind of does hype up the idea that she's definitely coming back. And my one of my greatest fears is that this is going to be her episode where she gets reformed, and I don't want to see that. I don't think anybody really wants to see that.
No.
But I'm glad they didn't do that here. But I'm worried they're going to do that eventually. But
Thank
that's
goodness,
a
I haven't seen
whole
it.
different. What?
Thank goodness.
I just liked how Applejack was completely opposite, and I've laughed so hard than ever.
But she was like that before.
Yes.
I
Yes.
In a
This is
nutshell,
just a-
it's just a main six acting opposite episode, which it presents a lot of funny situations and a lot of funny faces and all that. But I feel like maybe on the whole, it's kind of I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
I liked
I
how
wanted to
Rarity is just like, "Give me, it's all mine," and I'm just like,
She was like that in season 2, though.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
It's not really anything new because they just rehatched a good part from the season.
Well,
2 for me.
that's because it's such a good concept. The anti-main
it was
six.
a good
I
concept.
did
I
love
liked
the
it.
Fluttershy bits.
also, why did they take a picture of Rainbow Dash's butt? I don't understand.
You know, we kind of got the
What?
same idea in the cutie map. I think it's called. Season 5 premiere or whatever. With when Starlight was bad, because when they took their
Yeah.
cutie marks, they were kind of, sort of
Yeah.
similar. Not really this far, but.
No, I don't think. I think
Not
they were more
really.
apathetic. This one,
Yeah.
they were more. They were more
Yeah.
foils.
Yeah, they definitely
Mhm.
pushed the concept, which I think made it entertaining.
Mhm.
Pinkie Pie was great in this episode.
Yeah.
He plays great in every episode, but this episode I can actually say I barely enjoyed it.
Really, I think I'm on the opposite of the spectrum.
That's because you didn't see 90% of the episode.
I didn't see 30% of the episode. No one will tell me what it was.
We're doing a review. You can't do a review if you haven't seen the episode.
Exactly.
I saw most of it from the beginning and middle. I didn't like it. It was boring.
Well, that's the thing. I was kind of towards the beginning and middle. I was wondering where they're going to go with this, and then I realized, oh, this is all they're going to do. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and
So-
then cut out the ending, and it's boring.
You didn't really
Okay.
miss. Well, okay. At the ending, are we ready to skip to the end? I have a few notes here, but apparently the tree is alive. The tree actually took control of the situation
it's-
and implied it has some kind of sentience or whatever to do something about it. It's kind of. I thought that was interesting.
I thought
Yeah,
they
that was
destroyed
very
trees.
interesting.
Plants are sentient, but deer and other creatures are not.
You want to know something?
Because
That,
you know why?
Yeah.
Because the trees don't have hooves.
yeah, you want to know something? Like that tree when the tree captured those mean six and totally like deteriorated
Melted them.
melted
Yeah,
them.
like,
that,
literally
that,
melted
that
them.
totally reminded
I don't
me of
feel so
Indy-
good, Chrysalis.
Oh no!
Stop it,
that-
you.
No!
Stop.
No, that totally reminded me of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when one of the guys was drinking one of the cups and he deteriorated because he chose poorly. That totally reminded me about the tree. They chose poorly.
So
So-
apparently, apparently we have some interesting information from the leak. They toned down the melting scene a lot because
Why?
it was too
was gonna be
graphic for
more-
kids.
gonna be
Oh,
graphic.
you gotta be kidding me! That would have been so cool.
That's why I like
I gotta
the
find
leaks
it
because
now.
they always have stuff that's like not in the final product.
Yeah.
They got no. They have to appeal to both kids and adults. I felt like more adults are watching that. So that would have been so cool, but
Yeah, they definitely toned it down.
Yeah,
come
the show's for
on.
kids.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of that's a whole separate discussion really, because whatever
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
final episode they settle on is, you know, what we get, and that's what we're talking about. But
See you guys in 8 months.
Yeah.
guys in 8
See you guys in 8 months.
Your 8 months by.
oh yeah, this is the season mid-season hiatus, so that's sad.
I
But
just didn't think it was a good way to like
Oh.
end off the
Well, you know-
mid-season for me.
actually, I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think it was a big
It was
enough
better than
episode.
this.
It felt like a big enough episode to be a mid-season finale, but definitely not big enough to be a finale. So I think I liked it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you guys say you enjoyed it as you watched it?
Yeah, I enjoyed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
I
enjoyed
wish
it.
it had a bigger point to it.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching I enjoyed watching the struggle between Chrysalis and her, the main six doppelgangers.
I like Mean Six. Can we stick with that?
Mean six.
Yeah,
I like how-
I think. Yeah, I definitely think it was a fun concept. It gave us a lot of fun situations. But you know, the big complaint on the whole is just it's kind of a simple idea and it doesn't really go anywhere. But maybe that's okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I was fairly entertained through the entire episode.
I guess the only disappointment was I kind of wanted to know where they were going to go with it. But that's it. And I guess it kind of teases Chrysalis, you know, because we haven't seen her in a while. It teases that, you know, she's going to be a big part of the show soon. But
She's gonna be. Oh no, she's gonna be the next Starlight.
yeah, she is. That's what I don't want to happen, and I know it's going to happen. But please
is.
don't.
Can't we just have one villain that is meant to just be horrible and terrible and
No,
cannot?
you ever
Is
hear
so far gone where they can't do anything about
Megan
her.
McCarthy has some kind of ideologic belief or whatever you want to call it about, you know, anybody can be good or whatever. Like, did you ever see her in an interview? Like the way she talked.
Unfortunately, yes, I saw it.
Yeah, if you saw her interview about that, just the way she talked, you're like, oh, she's gonna reform everyone.
Yeah. It's like, damn, can't we just get a villain where they just
Yeah.
stay bad and they're just so
It's
far
a-
gone and the main
Well,
six have
yeah,
to
'cause
use another
classic-
main
They have
defeater?
to.
Saturday morning cartoons. We need those big bad villains. It doesn't
I mean,
have to be like. Yeah.
T-Rig and Lightning Dust are the only ones that have not been reformed yet.
Well,
And
Well,
Chrysalis.
I feel like Chrysalis, they should like, you know.
you've
when
already
this-
written Chrysalis off on that list, haven't you, Tootsie?
Well,
She's as good as
he has-
reformed.
Oh, no.
Reformed. She's gonna be reformed, and you know it.
Yeah,
What would you
she-
count Sombra as? He died.
Chrysalis has to be killed off somehow.
Does she?
No,
Kill
she can be
Doc.
a recurring villain. You know, the show's almost over. She can keep coming back until the very end.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Anyway, all right. We're talking for a while there. Should we switch over to individual thoughts and,
Yes.
and ratings?
Let's go for it.
All right. I think
Yeah, go ahead and get out of the way.
we'll do like a minute and a half individual. How's that sound? Anyway, Drummer Shot, you want to start us off?
yes. This episode was really good. Great one for a mid-season finale. I really enjoyed it. I didn't agree most on the beginning part. I thought they should have waited after, you know, the first or second commercial break, but overall that was good. Chrysalis coming back, that was awesome. You know, making the Mean Six the clones, that was cool. Applejack was by far one of the craziest. Pinkie Pie was funny. You know, everything was just awesome. I just like to have Chrysalis back. You know, and it left us on a cliffhanger for the mid-season finale. That was so good. So I'm gonna give this a 7.9 out of 10.
Okay. I don't think we've ever done that, but
7.9.
that's a weird rating. but all right.
9.9 out of
Why
10.
We can do
Why
it.
not
We can
just
do
8?
it. We can do that. All right. Sonic Crew,
Could
what'd you
do
think?
that. I mean, I thought it was good. Like, I really did enjoy like the evil counterparts going against the main six and everything. Like, I did enjoy like the Fluttershy bit where like evil Fluttershy is being mean to like all the creatures, and then the good Fluttershy comes back in, and then now every creature is just like so mad at her. She's like, why
miss
are
every
you so
pony.
mean? But other than that, I just wish that it was like something more powerful with Chrysalis, because like I did enjoy the idea, but I mean like Chrysalis couldn't like come up with something more better. I just feel like her evilness is kind of getting toned down a bit, because like in the previous season, like she was like totally superior and all, but like in here, I don't know. It's just like something should have been done more better with her. And then also the fact like this is like a mid-season ending, I really didn't enjoy as a good mid-season. It's just me in general. But anyways, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10.
All right.
7 out of 10. Wow.
Okay, Star Shadow, what did you think?
Well, it took the episode less than a minute to say, yeah, everything that just happened, yeah, that was basically useless.
Wait, what?
I mean, there was no progress made, unless you
Yeah.
want to say that, you know, now she knows where the elements are. That's the only thing that happened, really. I mean, there's nothing terrible about it, but no progress happened.
Yeah, she could have
So-
taken like the elements or something.
I'm gonna give it. I mean, she might have, but we didn't see that. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
All right.
Wow,
that's a
you're
bit
just
lower.
full
No.
of joy, aren't you, today?
Dude, stop loving everything.
Well,
The reverse
well,
opposite.
guess whose turn it is now? Tootsie, what did you think?
Oh, it was my turn.
Hate it.
Okay, I didn't get to see the last 10 minutes of it, which
Get
I
out.
was really
Last
disappointed
10
in.
minutes? And you complained I didn't see it?
No, I had family problems, but anywho, the parts that I did see, like I saw like the first 20 minutes, and I gotta admit, it was a fun episode. Like I was really entertained. I liked how Chrysalis basically just sneaked her way into as a pony, and took a picture of all of them, took their little manes and tails or whatever. Then I like how she created the clones from like season 2. They were basically just the same exact thing. There was like no difference between them. I thought it was pretty fun. I didn't like how the episode kind of took itself, I don't know, too seriously. I don't like it when My Little Pony. Actually, what am I can't decide on that one if I like it or not. But I don't know. I don't really have.
love and hate it.
I don't have much to say about it because I can't talk about the ending, which sucks. I don't know. I guess it was good, but I don't know. I'll just give it like a 7.
Should we not count your rating because you didn't see it?
I just think,
Should
I'll
I
just
write
give
it
a
down or
7.
not?
Okay, then. I would make a note of it, but I would still count it.
All right, I'll count it.
I'll
we'll-
just give it.
whatever.
Can I give it a 6 or like a 7?
You already said 7. All right.
Okay, I'll give
Too
it a
late.
7 because I haven't seen the rest of it.
Yeah, all
Which
right.
really sucks.
I think I'm gonna make the executive decision and not count your vote in the average. But we'll make a note. Tootsie rated this
Why
one
are we
7.
in here?
You tell me. All right.
Yeah, you tell me. You can leave.
All right, Turtle, it's your turn.
Okay, so I want to clarify my technical difficulty. I was watching along just fine. It was up until the trees started like making the elements turn black, and they were fighting, I think, Chrysalis,
Yeah.
and then everything just went black and everything shut off. So they
Wow.
destroyed my connection.
The
Basically
tree
what
just
happened.
killed the clones. That's all you missed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
kill the
so
clones and that's it.
From the assumption I'm going to make from that, I think my complaint is still valid, and it kind of is in line with Star Shadow's complaint, which is it was a fun idea, but it didn't really go anywhere. And I was hoping for a bit more with Chrysalis, because Chrysalis is really good at making plans. Why was this one suddenly terrible? Like her previous plan was, the big reveal was at the end. Whoa, this is a changeling. What's a changeling doing here? Blah 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 blah. It was a really well thought out, really well executed, almost chess-like plan. This one was, I'm gonna throw stuff at a wall and see what works. I didn't really like it that much. Like I was watching the clock, waiting for something interesting to happen, but it was just them bickering. So I'm gonna be really mean and give it like a 4 out of 10.
The mean turtle.
The mean turtle.
Tides have turned.
All right, I suppose it's my
No,
turn.
that does come with a disclaimer, though. I didn't see all of it technically.
So on one hand, I could go on the high horse brony analysis podium and say, "Oh, this episode is a very tired and overdone TV trope of mistaken identity, and it doesn't do anything with that. It just does a whole bunch of sight gags over and over and over." Or I could say this is a hilarious concept, and we like the opposite of the main 6. It's just inherently funny, and we got a lot of funny situations, and also the mistaken identity was kind of done in a plausible way where there wasn't too much convenience. There were a few moments where they just appear out of nowhere at just the right time, and that's annoying. But other than that, usually the explanation's good. At one point, I think it was Rainbow Dash or Applejack mentioned, oh, maybe it's some kind of curse. Maybe she has poison joke. Like, they kind of try to rationalize what's going on until eventually it culminates into all of them having this problem and all arguing, and they just kind of settle on being friends. And again, that could go both ways for me. It could be that's too easy of a resolution. They just instantly make up. Or you could say that, yeah, they're such good friends that they are willing to let this go past and not let their emotions get the best of them and still be friends, you know? So that's the thing with Mike Vogel episodes. Really, 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 really fun concepts, things that any brony would love to see. But I'm just not a fan of the writing. The writing's a little bit simple. You know, we're not at the Larson level here. It's kind of a few notches below the Larson level. But on the whole, I'm going to give this one a relatively high rating of 7.5 because I definitely enjoyed watching it. It's just after watching it, I'm kind of thinking to myself, maybe they could have done more with that. But I always have that sort of complaint with Mike Vogel episodes. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, it's fine.
Can I bring up one complaint that I forgot?
All right, go ahead.
This whole episode was very, very, pretty much crazy similar to the very first issue of the My Little Pony comic series.
Yeah, that's true.
Because in the comic series, they have to go to the Changeling Kingdom, but they have to go through a forest. Chrysalis sends her minions out to copy the main six, and they're the exact evil, like, exactly, like, how they are in this episode. And they have to, like, they pretty much just break up the main six, like how they did in this episode.
Well, the idea of the anti-main six is what I'm going to be calling
I know, but
it.
it's just,
that's a concept that has been used a lot.
I
Yeah, but
prefer
it's just
Mean
very
Six. I
crazy
think
of
that
how
works much
similar
better.
This is.
Meme 6.
Mean Six. I think
Yeah.
Drummer said it.
How crazy similar
Yeah.
this whole episode is based on that.
Anyway,
Like,
all right. I guess you can go ahead. We actually have some time.
Oh, it's just insane of how crazy similar it is. Yeah, it's done a little bit different. Like after the main six like don't become friends anymore, they split up, and then that's when they figure out it was like, oh, it was a copy, and then they just kick the butt out of the copies and then throw them over a waterfall.
I think that's interesting. They never found out that they were copies.
No,
They
they
didn't?
didn't.
The
Oh,
real main
didn't.
six went about the day just thinking they got into an argument or something. It's
Yeah,
kind of
they
funny.
did. Also, kind
Didn't
of
even acknowledge
one minor
Chrysalis
complaint I
was
do
there.
have is that none of them really knew that they were. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry, but if I saw Applejack and she had like a different colored cutie mark, hey, why is your cutie mark green?
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Exactly.
Why is your cutie mark green?
Maybe
Or-
that was more for
just-
us. Might have been more for
They're
us.
just so used to seeing it, you know, they overlook it.
It's like, oh. Like, I'm pretty sure if Little Shot turned evil, I wouldn't be like, oh.
Maybe
you're
I
great.
already have, and you
Yeah,
haven't
why are you
noticed.
blue?
Yeah, why are you, like...
My
if Little
OC's
Shot
always
just-
been blue. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Little Shot-
Here's a
well,
review
Little Shot
plot twist.
turned, like,
What if
Veronica.
what if all the ones of us that hated it? What if we're all the negative? Like,
Oh.
Oh.
that would mean I'm like super
Plot
negative.
twist.
I give it like a really low rating.
Oh, no, that means I would be, like, the most highest... I would give every episode, like, a 10 out of 10 if I was negative.
Oh my gosh!
Like
you
the
did
opposite
give
of
it.
me.
You gave it a positive rating.
I would give it a 10 out of 10 on everything. I
All
would
right,
be like,
all right. I suppose that's a good place to wrap things up. We're going to continue this discussion in the server, but for those who watching the stream and review, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you next time, which
Wait, did
might
you
be
get
a...
out
Bye.
of...
Wait,
Might
Wait,
be in
did
a
you
while.
get the ratings?
overall.
Oh, yes,
Overall
of
rating,
course.
boy.
Yeah,
See,
we need an overall.
can't
we went
forget the
off
rating.
format there, so I forgot the most important thing. Our rating, the average
Thanks to
rating
you.
for Low Live Stream Mean 6 rating is a... Well, it's a 6. That's a little bit lower than I expected, but okay.
Oh!
I can live with that.
Really? I
Got it
personally
down.
thought it was better than a 6, but okay. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye,
See you in a
Internet.
couple months.
All right.